I am Lizzie Bildner. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer of Emporia, which is the parent company of Simple Consign, Consign Pro, and Resale World. We are so excited to kick off our webinar series with Crystal Media and Crystal Vilkaitis. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to all of our stores who have joined. We're up to almost 50 people here, which is really exciting. This is our first webinar series, as I mentioned. The reason we decided to launch it is we had a survey that you may have participated in this summer, and the feedback we received from the community was that there was a lot of hunger and desire for additional content. So about marketing, about online selling, about margin management and operations, and that was really inspiring to us. And so we decided that we wanted to do a monthly webinar series. A few housekeeping things for us as we get started. As I mentioned, this is our first one, so please be patient with us. If kinks happen, we will work them out as we go. The second housekeeping item here is that we have at the end, when you go to close out from Zoom, you'll be presented with a very, very, very short survey, 2 questions. What did you think? And what would you like to hear more of? And the third piece here is that for replays, if you have to drop early or if you know someone who couldn't make it, that will be on emporiaholdings.com under the events page, and you'll be able to see the replay. We'll get that posted by tomorrow as well as emailed out. The chat is open because of the number of participants we have here. You are muted. But chat's open, so please, please, please send your questions there. Crystal will be answering them as they come up, and if we have time left over at the end, she'll take a couple questions. And then last but not least, we are excited as Emporia to be able to offer this really special discount to Crystal's curriculum and courses and services if at the end you're really excited and want to learn more. It's a really special benefit that we're able to offer to our customers. So without further delay, I'm going to hand it off to Crystal. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm excited.
Yeah, thanks, Lizzie and Lydia. I appreciate it. And I know Maddie put in that, okay, good. Chat might be working now, so feel free to chat in and say hello. I'm thrilled you're here. And I got to tell you, I've got some brand new content that your group is the first to hear. So I am so excited to share. And yay, I love seeing everybody participate in here. So fun. I'm personally in Northern Colorado and it's freezing here like the rest of the world, I feel like. So I hope you all are staying warm. Today, we're talking about how it's your time to shine online. I believe this so strongly that now more than ever, small businesses have such a great opportunity to stand out, to connect and grow your business. And there's a lot of ways you can do that. So we're going to talk about it today and hopefully give you some structure to stand out and shine online. So a little bit about me. My name is Crystal Vilkaitis. I started Crystal Media in 2012, 11 years ago. We work exclusively with independent retailers, helping them drive foot traffic and sales. So all of you being retailers and having stores, this content is incredibly relevant to you. We know your pain points and your challenges and your goals, and we help teach, what's working today when it comes to digital marketing and social for you to thrive and drive in business. I've been in the social media industry since 2008. So basically from the beginning. And I've seen it morph over these years. And some of the strategies I've been teaching since '08 are still the same. But then, of course, there's a lot of new things too as the technology has evolved. And we will talk about some of that evolved technology as it relates to AI today. I'm the host and producer of the show Rooted in Retail. If you are not listening, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. You're going to love this show. It's made for independent retailers. I interview all sorts of retail experts and retailers on all sorts of topics, not just marketing. And we get a lot of feedback that people just love the show. New episodes are out on Sundays, and we go live on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Mountain in our Rooted in Retail Facebook group, discussing that week's episode. So I'd love to see you there. And I'm an international speaker. I've spoken 7 different countries. I love being here, educating. I just caught that we've got Mary who's in Greeley. Mary, I am in Timnath, Colorado, very close to you. Like we're 30 minutes from each other. So good to see you here. All right. So what we're going to talk about today is why social media doesn't get done or done well, the attention economy. I have a routine to help you get your social media done, kind of like a social media system, and then the top things that are working today. So, the number one thing, I've been working with retailers for so long, like I mentioned. And so, there are 3 specific things that I see retailers are struggling with when it comes to doing their social media. This is the biggest one. It's resistance. And we have resistance for a lot of different reasons. It could be we have limited resources to do social well, lack of expertise. It changes all the time. Sometimes we feel like we just got it down and now it changes, it moves, and that can be so frustrating. There's fear of failure. It didn't work in the past. I've been using social media, but I haven't seen results or success, so it doesn't work for me. We can be over reliant of word of mouth marketing. I have the best products, the best customer service. People love me, but they still got to know about you. And sometimes our stores are the best kept secret. So we got to make sure that we're getting out there and sharing that. And then technology, because it's changing so fast, sometimes that feels really overwhelming and scary. And if you didn't grow up with it, then we're more likely to resist it versus leverage it. The second reason I see social not getting done well is we just don't have a plan. And if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. We often are just kind of posting what's new, what's coming in, products that we want to focus on. And social media can be back burner. We're not really creating a structure on how we're doing our social and what we're talking about, but hopefully until today, because I've got some of that all lined up for you that I'm very excited to share. Then 3, we don't have a system. We're just posting randomly whenever we think about doing it. And I call this your winning winning casino machine, your winning slot machine, where you just pull that lever and you see continuous success. You know what's working, and so you can keep pulling that lever, and you know what you can be posting and what you need to be doing to connect and grow your business. Now, I believe what you need to succeed is clarity on what you want to achieve, getting really clear on your SMART goals, where you want to go, the vision of your store, the courage to take action. We wait for the confidence to feel ready, but really it's the courage. You'll never feel ready. The hardest part's getting started. So you have to have the courage to take the action, the commitment to the plan, the consistency through that system, and then help, a team to support you. And we work with retailers who are solopreneurs who don't have a team and it's just them. I'd love for you to chat in. Do you have a team or is it just you? You could just say just me or I have a team. We also work with retailers who do have a team or have multiple store locations. And so depending on where you are, you need that support. And so if you don't have a team, a lot of us have a team in here, but it's just her team of 2 trying to develop a team. Awesome. Just me for Dawn. So good blend here, right? So if it's mostly you or just you, consider us part of your team. We're on your team. The show Rooted in Retail is part of your team. This education today, until you can develop that team, and then you've got to get them involved in your social media too, because it is challenging to be the store owner and also be the content creator and your messaging back and forth, your posting, to really leverage these tools. It does take some time. And again, I'm going to share with you some time-saving strategies today to make it a little bit easier. But the retailers who do have somebody helping them with their social, and ideally that person's in your store, they tend to get more out of their social media. So let's talk about the attention economy. It's important for us to know this can also sometimes be known as the TikTok economy. This is the short form video content. We want the information now. The average human has an attention span of just 8.25 seconds, according to recent studies. That's 4.25 seconds less than in 2020. So our attention span is decreasing. The average person picks up their phone more than 1,500 times a week. That's once in every 5.5 minutes. This is where the attention is being spent. The phone takes up an average of 3 hours and 16 minutes a day. For Gen Z, that's over 6 hours a day. So as a marketer, if you want to show up, this is where you need to be. This is where the time and attention is being spent. You have the opportunity to get in bed with your customers. Like, they are going to bed scrolling. They're waking up scrolling. They're standing in lines scrolling. They're watching TV scrolling. It's all about the multi-device now. We are constantly scrolling. And so this is why it's your time to shine. It's your opportunity to show up and connect with them. You need to capture their attention. And it's not about buy, buy, buy. Buy this, buy this. This is new. This just came in. This is on sale. That, yes, you can post that type of content, but we don't want it to be all that type of content. And there are more creative ways of us to post that type of content to sell the merchandise, but it's not feeling like buy, buy, buy. And it's not feeling like that interruption. I don't want you to be like everybody else. And a lot of retailers are just a product, 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 product. That's it. So we really want to focus on being memorable in a sea of forgettable. There's so much noise on social media and all that buy, buy, buy content. It just gets loud and it's noisy and it trains the consumer to just keep scrolling. And when they just keep scrolling past your content because of the algorithm, they're less likely to see what you post in the future. And that's why organic reach is really low on platforms like Facebook and Instagram. On Instagram, it's about 3% for organic reach, and Facebook, it's about 1 to 6%. So we want to know how we can stop the scroll. We want them to be watching our videos, paying attention to the content, and create meaningful connections with them. And so I created this mini social media routine for you, where we're going to clarify, commit, manage, amplify, learn, and evolve. So let's get into it. The first is clarify. What do you want? What do you want? What are your goals? What kinds of SMART goals are you trying to achieve? These need to be SMART. So they need to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timed. Often we might say, yes, Michelle, I love the notebook too. We might say, I want to increase sales. Okay, that's not SMART. How much do you want to increase sales by? And is it 10%? Is it 15? Is it 20? Is it 50? And when are you going to do it by? We have to get really clear. And then to go a step further, we won't talk much about this today, but we do have other training on it, is you take your SMART goals and you reverse engineer those to create your focus strategies on how you're going to hit the goals. But the first step of this is just getting clear. What is it that I want to achieve? So I really encourage everybody on this call, within the next 24 hours, ideally, but by the end of the week, you have written down at least 1 to 3 SMART goals for 2024 for your store. Get really clear on what it is that you want, because social media will help support those goals. Then we commit. You can't build a reputation on what you're going to do. You have to commit. You have to show up. We have to be posting. This is where the time and attention is being spent. And I'm on this mission to help retailers, instead of think I have to use social media and it feels so heavy and daunting and annoying. I want you to think about it as I get the opportunity to use social media. You get the opportunity to connect with your customers every single day. Marketing has never been easier to connect with our customers. Think back 20 years ago. How are you connecting with them? It was a more simpler time for sure, but it was harder to show up when somebody's waking up or going to bed. So we get that opportunity, but you don't exist if you don't show up. So you have to commit and you have to post regularly. And then you've got to have a system. And so we have a system that's going to help you create meaningful connections. And how we create meaningful connections is through meaningful content, stuff that stands out, that gets people to stop the scroll. So I want you to approach your marketing as a system, but we're going to be strategic and practical, because I work with small businesses. Most of the people, we have a blend here of people have teams or it's solo. We don't necessarily have a big box budget and a whole team of people that are doing our social media. So we have to be really practical and strategic on making it work for our businesses. And so I believe you need 5 things. 1, your digital content system, which I'll show you what that is. Your marketing calendar, what events, promos, things like that do you have going on. The 30 post framework. We're also going to talk about that today. An AI tool like ChatGPT, and Canva.com. Those are the 5 things to keep it very simple. I really do believe that social media is simple. It's not necessarily easy, If it was easy, everyone would be doing it and we might not be here today, but it is simple. Keep it simple. Really keep your customers in mind, and I'm going to help you today. So this is your digital content system. And we won't go necessarily deep in all these aspects today, but the high level of it is that we want to identify our target audience. This is marketing 101. We know I call these people PCGs, our perfect customer groups. We know who we're talking to, we know their challenges, what keeps them up at night, how to find them, their demographics. So we know our perfect customer groups. Then we list out the pain and solution. We'll do this together today. I've got a powerful tool to help you. Then we create the posts on the right channels. So we take the pain, the solution, we put that in certain content forms and content types, and we're posting it to where our audience spends majority of their time. And if it's just you're the solopreneur right now, you're picking one place, or maybe you're on Instagram and Facebook and they're synced together. But you don't have the time to be on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest, and you're doing all your email marketing and text marketing. You're going to find the platform that moves the most for you, that most of your audience is using. Okay, we're picking one. The ones that have teams, you can be on multiple channels. Then we're documenting and sharing. We'll come back to that in a second. And then encouraging engagement, using engagement stickers, asking questions, try to get people to comment or DM. And then we're listening and responding, and we're analyzing and optimizing. This is like the flow of your social media, and even of if you're doing text, if you're doing email marketing. How many of you are doing email marketing? Say yes. We'll start with email, just out of curiosity. A lot of our retailers, Claire, Jason, lots of yeses, which I'm really happy to see here. Awesome. But just on my whim. Yeah, Michelle, thanks for being honest. I bet a lot of people can relate to that. It's like, just when oh shoot, I got to get an email out, or there's an event coming up, so there is a difference between you're doing email marketing consistently with a plan, or you're doing it just haphazardly when things are coming up. But email, often what happens is social is that good, like top of mind awareness, building the brand, building the relationship. You want to try to get them on your email list, and then we are thoughtfully emailing them consistently. So you can use this system for your email, for social, for texting. I want to talk about the document and share. I created a really easy way to help you create content in 5 minutes or less every single day called the Daily 5. And we think about this as just documenting your day. I want you to think about, if we think about documenting versus I'm a content creator, I've got to create content. Documenting is a little bit easier. It's the behind the scenes. It's in the moments. What's going on? What's happening in your life? That kind of content people resonate with. They want to get to know people. People trust people. I recently heard we're in the business of P2P, people to people versus business to consumer. Now we're all people. So we want to see behind the scenes and really connect. So what you do very simply is first, think of your favorite customer. You're creating content for them. Then be you. Sometimes we feel like when we hit record and we're on the video, we've got to be a funnier version, a prettier version, a more entertaining version. Just be you. People connect to the relatability of just being you and being human. Then 3, I want you to jump right in. I want you, instead of being like, hey guys, hope you're having a great Tuesday. It's really cold here. I want you to jump right in. Most of your content should be video. So you're going to say like what this is about. Oh my gosh, we just got the coolest pieces in for springtime. And I'm going to share 5 of my favorites, and 4, I know number 4 is just not going to last long. Jumping right in. I've got a great resource for you. This is an 80 minutes free training called Social Media Hooks and Hacks to Save Time and Stand Out. The first part is how to create those hooks in your video to get people to watch them. And then the second part is design hacks to make your content stand out and be more branded. Some Instagram hacks that you probably haven't heard of before. And so that's a really great resource. And we can also send the link to this in case you're not scanning. Is just crystalmediaco.com/hooks. And we'll chat that into the chat as well. Then you're going to share. So you're going to do one of these things, okay? You're going to either tell a story. It could be about a product. It could be about you. It could be about your business. Or you're going to do a selfie. We want human. We want faces. We want faces. We want faces. So it could be a selfie. It could be a team member. It could be a customer, or it could be a video where you're walking and talking. We're going to do arrivals, new items. We're going to do relevant. It could be relevant to time of year. So the month, the season, holidays, or trends that are on point right now. What's relevant or relevant to your town or city? Or you'll talk about an event or sale or promotion. We're going to do one of these. Often retailers will do A, E, E, A, E. We're not telling stories. We're not doing the humanized content. We're not talking about relevant stuff. And so it becomes so promotional, and that's where it becomes so much like interruption. We don't want to interrupt. And then we're going to engage. After you've posted, you've shared, I want you to take 1 to 2 minutes of whatever app you're on, and I want you to scroll, and ideally you're connected with your customers and other local businesses. And let's say a customer just got a new puppy, and so you comment, "Oh my gosh, adorable. I hope puppy training goes well." And then the local coffee shop shared the drink of the day, and you share that to your stories, and you say, "This sounds delicious. We'll be in for sure." That coffee shop's going to thank you. They're probably going to help promote you. That customer is going to like that. You're a reminder to go shopping with you. So you just take a couple minutes to engage. These platforms like when you engage. And that's your daily 5. Think of your favorite customer, be you, jump right in, share, and engage. Set a reminder to do this so it becomes a habit, right? This is part of the routine. So you could set an alarm. It's a cue at 10 a.m. every morning. I'm going to do my daily 5. It's non-negotiable. I'm committing to it. This is how we create change. So we have to commit to it. And that's part of approaching your system, your marketing as a system, right? When you have things like that in place. Now, the 4th part of this routine is you're amplifying. So as we start connecting with our audience and we're posting more consistently and we're really clear on where we want to go, then we start seeing results, and we want to see more results. We want to amplify. Now, we could spend probably 2 days talking about the bullets that are going to be on this slide. Very high level. For those of you who are seeing some really great success with your social media right now and you're trying to go next level, these are some of the things that you would focus on. Maybe you're really used to just doing photos, and you're going to add a different content type, and you're going to start doing video, short form videos like Reels or TikToks. Maybe you're going to increase your frequency. You go from once a day with the daily 5 to twice a day, or 3 times, or 4 times. Especially if you're on platforms like TikTok, they tend to like more frequency on those apps. More platforms. Maybe you're just on Instagram right now, but now we're going to start on TikTok, or we're going to leverage Facebook more, being more where your customers spend their time. We're going to participate in the trends, trending audio, the challenges. Those help you go viral. Those help you get in front of new people. User-generated content, where you're asking your customers to take pictures and the things that they're buying, and they're submitting to you, or they're tagging. Ideally, they're posting to their social, they tag you, and they become these viral sales soldiers for you because they're promoting your store and your you and your products to their audiences. Paid advertising is a great way to amplify. We have an ads agency. Our most successful retailers are spending money. Facebook and Instagram typically. I just did a podcast interview last week, and she talked about when we turn the ads off, our sales stop. So advertising, yes, you need a budget for that, but that's kind of a fast track to amplify your results. And then of course the team, right? More people who are connecting, creating content, and getting your brand out there and connecting with your customers. So then, and there's so much more you could do to amplify, but that's just a little bite size for our webinar today. And then part of this routine too is that we just have to continuously stay up to date, right? Because social media is changing all the time. So a few things for you to know now that are working well on Instagram, Facebook, Facebook, and TikTok. Number 1, Instagram wants you to post to the grid every single day. So this is a feed post. All the apps want this. The more content they have on their app, the more rich the experience. So they reward the accounts that post to the grid daily. They also want 6 stories a day. They want 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 2 in the evening. And someone somewhere out there just went, there was a gasp. There was a, what? Are you serious? 6 stories a day? If you feel that way, I gasped. Yes, Jackie, I knew it. So if that is you, here's the deal. Stories, you guys, are quick. They're raw. They're in the moment. They can take 30 seconds or less. This can be the walk and talk. It can be a quick photo. It can be behind the scenes. It can be the easy, real, raw, in the moment stuff. That kind of content builds a relationship with your customer. That kind of content, when I see that and I'm deciding between two different stores to shop from, and one, I know the owner, I see her life. She's always adding value. She's so hip. She's sharing the trends. She's just showing up all the time. And I just feel like we're best friends versus the other store that I never hear anything from. When I'm in time of need, who am I picking? I'm going to the store who I know I feel like is my best friend. And that can be achieved through these stories that can be very quick for you to get done. Vertical videos. They want us to be filming vertically versus horizontally. Most of us are doing vertical, but if you do any kind of YouTube videos, those don't translate as well over on Instagram. They're not pushing reels as much if they're being created in a third party like CapCut, or if it's from TikTok. Like, we just don't want the TikTok the watermark on it. They want you to be editing the content in their app. They really reward that type of content. They want you to use 3 hashtags, but no more than 5. So hopefully we're happy about that, because you can do up to 30 hashtags in a post, but they're tired of people hashtag stuffing their posts, and people search for hashtags. That's how they find content and products. So Instagram wants it to be really relevant to what people are searching for. So the more relevant you are with your hashtags and using less, the more relevant their search is. And then using green screens, polls, and ask me anything. Though that type of content in your stories tends to be shown to more people. So we want to use those. It's also more interesting. It helps you have diverse content. These are really great tools to use. And then they said, be a good citizen, meaning don't post and ghost. They want you to engage. Like I said in the Daily 5, they want you to scroll. They want you to like, they want you to comment. They want you to share. When you do that, they'll share more of your content to the people who follow you. Also participate in trends, and we make this easy for you. So over on our Instagram account, we have a highlight that's called Trend Report. Every Thursday, my team is posting the trending audio, trending challenges, and content ideas that are working right now in the moment to the Trend Report. Right from that Trend Report, you can use the audio. So you don't have to go find the trending audio. We find it for you. This is free to everybody. So this is a really great resource. Make sure you're following us over there. And if you miss it on Thursdays, just go to the highlight and you'll get that week's trend report. Okay. And I just want to point out, might feel like I'm moving a little quickly because I've got something in here. I added something last minute that is just going to save you so much time. And I almost cut it for the sake of time. And I'm like, no, I want to save them so much time. So I kept it in. So we're packing in a lot in 45 minutes, but the good news is you do have a replay to go back through this. All right, so Facebook, they also want you to post daily. They want you to do weekly reels. They're putting heavier emphasis on reels. They want to see more businesses creating reels. Also do daily stories with engagement stickers. And those engagement stickers are like what I talked about with Ask Me Anything or the polls. It gets people voting and tapping on the sticker. Reels, they might already be in groups. This is rolling out. But if you have a shopping group for maybe your VIP people, a loyalty program, trends, a community group that you have, the Reels are coming to groups, and that's a really great way for your content to be seen in there as well. Leveraging ads, our clients that are using ads on Facebook see better results than the ones that are not. And then from a TikTok perspective, shopping. Shopping's been blowing up. If you are a TikTok user, you know this. You're seeing a lot more from shops. This was released in April of last year. They're putting a very heavy emphasis, a lot of money, a lot of attention. They're putting it in the algorithm more, in the feed more. And people are selling out of items like this from their TikTok shop. TikTok, I just can't say enough good things about, because the algorithm, they deliver your content to people who are not following you. The For You page is so powerful to help your content find the right people. And for a lot of us are local businesses here, the algorithm's really good locally. So for my Greeley, Colorado person that has a store here, if you're posting on TikTok, that algorithm is going to help your content get found for the Greeley people or the Fort Collins or the people that are nearby because the algorithm is so good. So TikTok shopping is a really great way to sell products, to connect. They also want you to post daily, multiple times a day on TikTok tends to do the best. And using those trends or challenges that make sense for your brand is a good way to get additional exposure. Mary says, must start now. Yes, Mary, that's where I'm at. Like dive in now, join now, be a part of this action now. As long as your customer is there. So you can ask them, you can survey, you can do some research, but be there. Lizzie says, Crystal, any tips for people who are not comfortable being on video? I know this question comes up a lot. It does come up a lot. I mean, here's the deal. When it comes to video, we have so much resistance around, all of us feel different ways. We don't like how we look. We don't like how we sound, the aging process. We're afraid of what people will say about us or think about us. We're afraid of messing up. And here's what I would say is, first of all, majority of people feel that way. So if you feel that way, you are so not alone. I feel that way too. And I do a ton of video, but I just have to keep doing it. And the more that you do this, I've seen transformations with our retailers. The more you just do it, you do it afraid, like my grandma says, the more comfortable you become, you start feeling. And you're like, oh, this isn't as hard. I've got a lot of case studies around that. So I promise it gets easier the more you do it. It's with the daily 5, you're thinking of your perfect customer. When you think of that person, it becomes a little bit easier. You're not thinking about like millions of people who might see this. It's just that one person. You're just connecting to that person and helping them. And that helps you be a little bit more real and a little bit more comfortable. And just know that people want to see you. Now more than ever, we crave connection because of technology, because of the pandemic. We need connection. So when I'm seeing a business on the other side of the screen, just being them, being vulnerable, being open, being human, it's refreshing. It's how independents will win business over big boxes. And it gives me permission to do the same. So by you sharing your light, you allow me to do the same. So I can't stress this enough. Do it afraid and you'll get better quickly. The hardest part is getting started. Exactly, Lydia. Exactly. Okay. So, staying up to date. Well, I'm just all over the place here. Let's go back. There we go. Another resource for you. If you scan this code or you go to crystalmediaco.com/rise, and we'll put that link in the chat as well. We have a newsletter that goes out every Monday. It's free. It's going to have the newest Rooted in Retail episode in it. It's going to have a blog post of something you need to know, a tip, a tool, content idea. All made for retailers. So this is also a great resource to help you stay up to date with social media. Okay. Then we have to evolve. The 6th piece of this routine is we have to be willing to evolve. And I believe this so much that I created a conference called Evolve. We have to transform. We have to stay up to date. You will be left behind if you don't. I have at my event last year at Evolve, my keynote speaker, Mark Schaefer, said, we won't recognize marketing in 2 years. I have no idea what at the end of 2024, what marketing is going to look like. It's changing rapidly. And so it's so important for you to stay up to date, for you to use these tools, get comfortable with the uncomfortable, because you will become irrelevant if you do not. I believe this so deeply. So we've got to evolve. We've got to show up. And one of these tools that's making the industry change so fast is ChatGPT. And this is AI. How many of you have used ChatGPT? Just say yes if you have. Yep. Awesome. Brittany, love it. Exactly. I mean, this is a tool to streamline this can be your new assistant, your content creator, your marketing agency to develop all these ideas. It can write content for you, press releases. It can write up an employee. It can give you social media content ideas. It can do so much for you. I'm going to give you a specific prompt that would be a good way and a tool, a good way for you to start for those of you who have not used ChatGPT. There's a free version as well as a paid. To get started, you can use the free version. Otherwise, paid is $20 a month. And it's AI, so basically this technology has it's spidered all this information about everything. And it has it's like this giant brain that has all this information that you can go and ask it a question or ask it to write you something, and it will do it in seconds. And I'll show an example just to help land this plane a little bit. So going back to our digital content system, the pain and solution is how your content can really stand out. I want your content to focus on what your customers' pain points are. And to do this, we're going to use our 30 post framework. So you're going to have AI, which is ChatGPT, AI list solutions for each of your customers' top 5 problems using 6 different content types. Those 6 content types are photo, reel or TikTok, a live stream, a story, carousel, and a meme or quote graphic. We're creating diversity. We want diverse content so our content doesn't get stale. And these apps like when we have diverse content. So your starting prompt, you go to ChatGPT, you create a free account if you don't have one, and then you write in, please list 5 pain points or challenges my customers have. I own a consignment store. You can share where you're located. Any kind of information that you give, the better, so it can learn a little bit more about your business. And then within seconds, it writes this. So I said that I own a consignment store, and it said, here are the top 5 challenges or pain points: quality and condition of item, inventory unpredictability, product authenticity, pricing and value perception, limited size and style availability. So these are the problems. So now I can take these pain points, these problems, these thoughts, these curiosities, these questions that my customers deal with and have as they work with me and see my content. And I can create content in 6 different content types that addresses these pain points. So our next prompt is thank you. You might want to take a picture of this. I say please and thank you because we don't know what the bots are going to do in the future. So I like to be nice to them. So thank you. Please address each of the 5 pain points for social media content in the following 6 content types that is coming from me, the owner of enter your business. And then here's our 6 content types that we put in. We can always send you this copy too, but I do have a tool that has this all built in, this whole system built in. I'll show you in a second. Within seconds, it gives you the 6 content types. So for the problem of quality and condition of items, you're going to do a photo that showcases high quality images of items, focusing on their excellent condition. Close-up shots can highlight the lack of wear or unique features. Do a reel or a TikTok to create fun videos showcasing the thorough inspection process each item undergoes before it hits the shelf, reassuring customers about the quality. You could do a live stream where you're hosting a Q&A session where you discuss how you ensure the quality and condition of your items, answer any questions viewers have, and so on. We've got stories, daily or weekly stories of new arrivals, emphasizing condition, your carousel post, your meme. Use humorous or inspirational quotes about the joy of finding high quality pre-loved treasures. And it goes on. For your inventory unpredictability, if you want to take a picture of this, go ahead. I won't read through, but it's giving you the content ideas. And here's the deal. You don't necessarily have to use exactly what they give you. Modify it for you. But it goes back to the hardest part is getting started. So if you don't know what to say, that's our number one biggest challenge for retailers. They don't know what to post on social. They don't feel creative. They don't make the time for it. They resist putting themselves out there. They're just not posting. This tool's going to give you, it's like spoon feeding you the exact content. And when we come at it from the pain points of our customers, it's more meaningful and interesting than what everybody else is posting of like new, on sale, buy this now. So we're using those pain points. Here's another one from product authenticity, all the different things that you can do. So you can play all with this. Lydia says, love this, mind blown. Carousel post, Janie, is on Instagram, on the feed, at least 2 posts. It could be up to 10. So when you go to do feed posts, there's a little icon to do a multiple image, and you'll select multiple images. That way people are scrolling through your content. That's right now, the best type of content you can do on Instagram is a carousel post. Has them stay on your content longer. So pricing and value. So like I mentioned, I have a tool that already has these 6 content types loaded into it. I built a GPT for our retailers, and I'm going to give you that link in a second. Here's our limited size and style availability for problem and solution that you can take, just giving you all these custom content ideas for your store based on your customers' pain points. If there are other pain points, then you are plugging those pain points in. Jackie says, this is awesome information. Thank you. You are so Welcome. And then here's our GPT. So I built a custom GPT. This is a new thing you can do on ChatGPT. If you scan this, or we'll send the link over to you as well, you're going to see the 30 post framework with Crystal Vilkaitis. And this is strategies for retailers focusing on customer pains, real life content, that documenting with the daily 5, and your SMART goals. And so right in here, you can use some of those pre-prompts, or you can say, create content ideas for me, list the 5 pain points, and then say, okay, great, create the 6 content types for me. You can just say 6 content types and it will automatically put those 6 in there for you. You don't have to spell out each of those 6, saving you so much time. I hope that you love this. Now, here's the deal, guys. You have to have a growth mindset. We covered a lot. I know we covered a lot. And so again, watch the replay. We're here to support you. Some of this can feel overwhelming. Some of this can feel like, I don't want to learn it. This is so hard, but you have to leverage these tools or you will be left behind. And I don't want you to be left behind. So please commit, do it afraid. Use the GPT that I built for you to start understanding and learning these. And just remember that if you're not showing up, you do not exist, and it is your time to shine online. And if you struggle with your social media, your digital marketing plan, innovative content ideas, marketing ideas, finding the time to get it all done, knowing how to spend your time effectively, if you struggle with growing your business, social is one aspect. There's a lot of different ways we can grow our store. If you struggle with leveraging AI, there's a lot you can do here, or keeping up with the current trends. It's changing so fast. Then, and adapting to those marketing trends too. Then I'd love to have you join me and my team at Evolve. And Lizzie mentioned this at the beginning of the session, where we have a special offer just for Emporia retailers, which we're very excited about. This is our in-person conference. It happens in Denver, Colorado, April 28th and 29th. The 7 reasons. We have such incredible speakers. I'll share some of them with you in a minute. This agenda is tailored just for retailers. The people in the room are retailers. The content ideas are innovative, what's working today, very creative, out of the box. Fresh perspectives for you, up-to-date information of where we're going with the industry and what you need to do now. Great networking. And then we have some accountability built into this conference as well. I'm obviously speaking. My keynote's Don Miller, New York Times bestselling author. He's going to help you on how to grow your small business. I love him so much. He's awesome. Jen Gottlieb's going to bring the fire, help motivate you, help you be seen. If you struggle with being on video, Jen has got you. We've got Nicole, who's doing a generational shopping panel, how all the generations buy and shop. Steph's on my team talking about social media. Beth Rich is talking about how she tripled her store in 3 years. Vi's talking about protecting your assets, your digital assets. Georgianne Bender's talking about merchandising. Matt is talking about perception and interesting ways of thinking and evolving. If you want to take a picture of this, and I'll share a link where you can see everything that's included. We have 2 different tickets. We have a standard ticket. Right now, the pricing is $9.97, and it includes the sessions and some cocktail parties and your workbook, and all sessions are included in that standard. We also have the VIP. Current price is $1,297. That gets you an extra half-day workshop on the 27th, VIP lounge access, and some extra special things in there. So again, here's where you can learn more. crystalmediaco.com/evolve. Use the code Emporia. You're going to save $400 on your ticket. Very special offer for this group only. So this offer is good until, this is new pricing with your discount. $597 for standard, $897 for VIP. This is good for a week until next Tuesday. And then if you have any questions about how we support retailers, Pauline, who's on the call, my COO, you can book a call by scanning this code, and she's happy to hear about your goals and your store and see how we can support you. And then, of course, we would love to see you at Evolve. Lizzie, Lydia, we did it. We did it.
Amazing. Crystal, thank you so much. There was so many good nuggets in here. I will be rewatching the replay myself. There was a question about the slides. We will be posting the replay. That's the way to share it with your team or anyone who you think needs to shine better online. Thank you so, so much. We are at time, so we will let you go, Crystal. But thank you to the whole Crystal Media team. It's been a pleasure. We're looking forward to continuing our webinar series with Emporia. The next one is happening in February 27th, with Next Level Resale, talking about how you can boost your margins and your profits. So stay tuned, register at emporiaholdings.com/events. And a huge thank you again to Crystal Media and all of these amazing tools you've shared with us.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. And you guys, I'm really excited for you. This is truly your time to shine. So you just got to commit. You've got to take action. And if you need anything, we're here to support you. We're happy to help. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Have a good
Awesome.
one.
You too.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.